Hello everyone, welcome to Students Point. This is 7th of June and today we have to see 11 questions along with many additional facts. So today we will be a little quick so that the video does not get longer. And to get PDF of all these videos, you have to join me on Telegram by writing the channel's name, Students Point. You will recognize the channel on Telegram by this logo there. You will receive all the PDFs there. And if you are finding my videos useful, do like it and share these videos with your friends and loved ones. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel by pressing on the subscribe button as well as press this bell icon so that you never miss any opportunity to learn and grow every day with all the latest notifications of all important videos from this channel, Students Point. So let's begin. First we have to answer one question in the comment section. Then we will see the next 11 questions along with some additional facts. The question is, Global Vaccine Summit was hosted by, these are the options. Read the options carefully and then mark your answer in the comment section. Let's begin now. The first question. Ambaranya River of Russia flows into, so this Ambaranya River of Russia flows into Lake Pyashino. So here B is the right answer. This river, on leaving Lake Pyashino, water emerges as Pyashina rivers. And it is to be noted that this river flows northwards, that is towards the Arctic Circle, not towards south. They may confuse you by changing the direction. So remember, this river flows into north direction towards Arctic Circle, and after leaving this Lake Pyashio, it emerges as Pyashina River. Before it, this river is called as this Ambaranya River. I hope you will remember it. And why this river was in news? Because there has been oil spill in this river, and Russian President Vladimir Putin has declared state of emergency within Krasnoyarsk region, which is located in Siberian Peninsula. The next question now. Which mass extinction of a species is ongoing right now? So it is the 6th mass extinction of a species ongoing right now. There are total 5 extinctions till now Earth has witnessed, and this ongoing extinction of a species, which coincides with the present Holocene epoch, is known as Holocene extinction or Anthropocene extinction. The 5 mass extinctions that took place in last 450 million years have led to destruction of 70 to 95% of the species of plants, animals and microorganisms that existed earlier. And the most recent or the last mass extinction was 65 million years ago, when an asteroid crashed into Yucatan Peninsula, which took out the dinosaurs, and that research founded the regions of dinosaur extinction from the Earth. The research found that when asteroid struck the Earth, what happened was there was large scale quakes on Earth, that is earthquakes, and that earthquakes led to volcanic eruptions. These volcanic eruptions released massive scale of air, ashes and dust. So when dust and ashes particles released from the Earth on massive scale from volcanic eruptions, it actually restricted the incoming solar rays. When incoming solar rays were restricted, plants died because of lack of sunlight and no photosynthesis. So there was no food supply to the dinosaurs, and the food supply chain was disrupted, as these plants are the herbivorous or food producers. They are called as food producers, and on them many animals are dependent, and that was the major reason for the extinction of dinosaur. This research was contrary to the general assumption that we assume that when the asteroid struck the Earth, there was large scale fire on the Earth which resulted into dinosaurs extinction. But that cannot be the reason for such a massive scale of extinction of dinosaurs, as an asteroid cannot result into fire throughout the Earth. Though it resulted into fire in some areas, but the primary reason was earthquake, which ultimately resulted into volcanic eruption, and those ashes restricted the incoming solar rays, which ultimately resulted into death of plants who are primary producers of food. Thus it disrupted the food supply chain. Ultimately it resulted into extinction of dinosaur. And this ongoing extinction, that is the 6th mass extinction of a species, is result of human activity, which is a major concern, because earlier extinctions were caused by catastrophic alterations due to the environment, such as massive volcanic eruptions, which we have discussed, depletion of oceanic oxygen, or collision with an asteroid. But this 6th extinction is because of human activity. The next question now. India, that is Bharat, shall be a union of states is mentioned in which article? So it is mentioned in Article 1 of the Indian Constitution. And recently a petition has been filed which seeks an amendment to Article 1st of the Constitution to change the India's name exclusively to Bharat. It wants India to be struck off from the article. It says that India has been borrowed from, or the term India has been borrowed from foreign language. That is why we should be carrying only Bharat, which is an indigenous term. Supreme Court has ordered that a plea be converted into representation and forwarded it to Ministry of Home Affairs. And later decisions will be taken on this. Let's see what happens. The next question now. Consider the following statements about Pangong Shoal Lake. It is a part of Indus River Basin area. This statement is incorrect. Pangong Shoal Lake is not part of Indus River Basin area. Rather, it is an isolated and separate water system. It is in the process of being identified under the Ramsar Convention as a wetland of international importance. This statement is correct. First is wrong. What is Ramsar Convention? See, Ramsar Convention was a convention which was signed in the Ramsar city of Iran to protect wetlands of international importance throughout the world. So here only second statement is correct. So here A is the right answer. And in the Ladakhi language, Pangong means extensively concavity and So means lake in Tibetan. And this Pangong So Lake is a long, narrow, deep, endorheic, which means landlocked lake situated at a height of about 4,350 meter in Ladakh Himalayas. And it is 134 km long and 5 km wide at its broadest point. And it has been used because of tussle between Indian and Chinese army. And this barren mountains on the lake's northward bank called as Chang Chenmo. So this Chang Chenmo is a barren mountain. It is located in the lake's northern mouth or northern banks. It jut forwards in a major spurs which army calls as fingers. I will suggest that once you Google out that what are fingers of Pangong So Lake. It is actually the mountains which erupts into the water and it look like fingers. That is why army calls it finger. So what happens is India claims that the LAC, that is line of actual control, starts at finger 8, while China claims that it starts at finger 2, and that is the major contention here. And India physically controls area up to finger 4, though India considers finger 8 to be the LAC. However, till finger 4 is the area which is controlled by India. And the Indian side patrols on foot, and before the recent tensions could go up to finger 8. So till now India was patrolling up to finger 8, but now before the tensions Chinese troops have stopped India from entering into more than 4 finger. And the rivalry between India and Chinese soldiers earlier this month happened in the region of finger 5. India patrols in those waters with Tampa boats. Earlier India lacked very high technical boats, but now in last few years India has bought Tampa boats, which has increased India's aggressiveness in this region, and India has been more assertive now for its rights and territorial integrity. And the Chinese have moved in more boats called as LX series. So India has Tampa boats there and Chinese have LX series boats there. Next question now. 163348 2002 NN4 is a or an? So it is an asteroid. So here B is the right answer. You must have heard the term asteroid, but do you know that what is asteroid? These are smaller in shape. They are made up of stones and metals, and they revolve around sun. And the asteroid is a near earth object and classified as potentially hazardous asteroid. And it was in news because it was discovered in July 2002 and it is expected to approach Earth in the June 2020. And among all the causes that will eventually lead to extinction of life on Earth, asteroid strike to Earth is widely acknowledged as one of the most dangerous reasons which may result into extinction of life on Earth. The next question now. Consider the following statements about India's non-permanent membership of the United Nations Security Council in the year of 2021 to 2022. Now this question is very important, so everyone be attentive here. India needs 2/3 of the total 193 member in General Assembly to vote in favor in a secret ballot. This statement is correct. Now please appreciate this word, that voting in General Assembly for the selection of non-permanent members into UNSC is done through secret ballot. That is, to whom the countries are voting are not revealed publicly. Open ballot when the vote is revealed publicly. And this will be the 8th time India will occupy a non-permanent UNSC seat. This statement is also correct. So these two terms are very important, that the votes are done in secret ballot manner, and this will be the 8th time India is going to be elected in UNSC as non-permanent member, and the votes required are 2/3 of the total 193 members of General Assembly. So here both of the statements are correct. C is the right answer. And India has served its last term in the year from 2011 to 2012, as there are 2-year term for a non-permanent member, and India is also part of G4 grouping. This G4 grouping includes India, Japan, Brazil and Germany. These 4 countries are aspiring nations for permanent seats in United Nations Security Council, and India is guaranteed a place as the sole candidate for Asia Pacific. Earlier, Afghanistan agreed to set aside for this seat in a friendly gesture, as Afghanistan was a contender against India, but due to the friendliness of India, Afghanistan has set aside this seat for India. And India has also persuaded the Asia Pacific grouping nomination by diplomacy and negotiations to avoid any last-minute contenders against India. The next question now. Consider the following statements about non-permanent members of United Nations Security Council. Now we will see how these members are elected and how many members are in UNSC. Let's see. Article 23 of UN Charter mentions the composition of Security Council. This statement is correct. This Article 23 mentions the composition of Security Council, and there are 10 non-permanent members and 5 permanent members. You must be knowing the 5 permanent members. These are US, UK, France, China, Russia. So these are the 5 members or permanent members which are called as P5 in short of UNSC. The next statement was there can be 10 non-permanent members elected for a 2-year term. So here both of the statements are correct. C is the right answer. And these 10 seats are elected or distributed on regional basis. For instance, 5 seats are given to African and Asian countries. So India is going to be elected from this. And 1 for Eastern European countries, while 2 seats are given to Latin American and Caribbean countries, while 2 seats are given for Western European and other countries. Remember the distribution, very important here. 5 seats for African Asian countries, 1 for Eastern European countries, while 2 for Latin American and Caribbean countries, while 2 for Western European and other countries. The next question now. As per the Times Higher Education, in short called as the Asia University Ranking 2020, university of which country topped the list? So it is the University of China which has topped the list of Asia University Rankings 2020 released by the Times Higher Education. And the universities are judged on 4 core areas. These are teaching, research, knowledge transfer and international outlook. These are the 4 criteria based on which the universities in Asia are ranked. And China is the home to continent's top 2 universities for the first time this year, as Tsinghua University is ranked first and Peking University is ranked second. Remember the university's name? Tsinghua University ranked first while Peking has ranked second. And with 8 institutes in top 100, India is the 3rd most represented country in the ranking. And Indian Institute of Science, that is IISc Bangalore, is the most or top ranking institute in India, and it has been ranked at 36th in Asia, while IIT Ropar has been ranked as 47th. Remember these 2 ranks at least. India or IISc Bangalore has been ranked as 36th, IIT Ropar has been ranked at 47th. So if you have not liked the video yet, do like it and share the video with your friends and loved ones. The next question now. Healthy and energy efficient buildings initiative has been launched by. So this has been launched by EESL. So here A is the right answer. The Energy Efficiency Services Limited, in partnership with US Agency for International Development's MATRI program, has launched this initiative. This initiative aims to address the challenges of retrofitting existing buildings and air conditioning systems so that they are both healthy and energy efficient. So it will provide energy efficient equipments to the buildings so that they may be energy efficient and healthy both. And the Market Integration Transformation Program for Energy Efficiency, in short which is called as MAT3, is a part of US-India bilateral partnership between Ministry of Power and USAID. This MAT3 program aimed at accelerating the adoption of cost-effective energy efficiency as a standard practice within buildings. The next question now. Consider the following statements about I-Commit initiative. So I-Commit initiative is driven by Energy Efficiency Services Limited under administration of Ministry of Power. This statement is correct. So remember that I-Commit initiative has been launched by EESL. EESL works under Ministry of Power. So in exam they may confuse you that EESL works under Ministry of New and Renewable Energy. So it is very much high chances that you will mark that correct, as the name sounds very similar and familiar, that Energy Efficiency Services Limited and the Ministry of New and Renewable Energy. So most of the aspirants mark it correct, but that will be wrong. It works under Ministry of Power and it aimed at building an energy resilient future. This statement is also correct. So here both of these statements are correct. C is the right answer. Next question now. World Food Safety Day is celebrated on. So this day is celebrated on 7th of June. So here A is the right answer. Theme for this year is food safety, everyone's business. Remember, food safety, everyone's business. And the World Food Safety Day was launched by United Nations in the year of 2019. The day is celebrated to reinforce the call made by Geneva Conference and the Addis Ababa Conference in 2019 on the future of food safety. And remember that Addis Ababa Conference was the first international conference on food safety for the world. In this context, you must remember that United Nations Decade for Action on Nutrition is a commitment of United Nations for the year of 2016 till 2025. Remember, very important, UN Decade of Action on Nutrition has been dedicated for 2016 to 2025. Now let's see some additional facts. Prime Minister Modi has condoled the death of veteran filmmaker Basu Chatterjee. Basu Chatterjee was torchbearer of Hindi middle of the road cinema. He is best known for his films like Choti Si Baat, Chit Chor, Rajnigandha, Ek Ruka Hua Faisla. He also directed some TV serials like Byomkesh Bakshi and popular Rajni TV serials for Doordarshan, both of which were very successful. Recently, Chhattisgarh government has launched Spandan campaign. This Spandan campaign aimed to contain fratricide and suicide among police personnel. So they will launch campaign in his district so that police personnel don't do suicides. So I hope that you find the video useful. Don't forget to share the video with your friends and loved ones. Like the video, subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon so that you never miss any opportunity to learn and grow every day. Wait for the upcoming video. Until then, stay at your home, stay safe, and thanks a lot.